What's up guys, Doomsday here. Today we're back again, and in this video we're going to be playing some Olaf in the jungle. And this Olaf video may be a little bit different than the last ones. In this one, I want to show y'all one of the strongest duos in the game, and that is Lulu and Olaf. I'm telling you, Lulu with Olaf is such a broken combo. There are other combos that are pretty good with Olaf, like if you pair like Karma with them, or somebody that can crowd control enemies for you, like maybe like a Thresh or Nautilus. But Lulu and Olaf are just built different. And we'll see that in this match, but we're going to go ahead and start off with the classic Olaf clear with the red buff. And the main reason I picked Olaf in this game, literally just draft. I know I've mentioned this in past videos, but Olaf is one of the junglers that I think pretty much any jungler should have in their kit. And the reason for that is because if you pick Olaf into the right enemy comp, into the right like team comp, he's just unstoppable, and there's almost nothing you could do against him. So if you look at the enemy team, what do they have? They have a Morgana, they have a Nunu in the jungle, they have a Veigar, they have a Mundo, and I can't see who the other person is, but probably nobody relevant, honestly. But in general, well, first thing I want to point out is I see Nunu on the top side, so that like straight away gives away his jungle rotation. He's doing red side clear into top scuttle probably. So I'm going to be aware of that at least. But in this case, Olaf into all these champs is super, super strong. You know, they all rely on crowd control. Veigar Cage, Morgana Root, Nunu Root, Mundo Slow, I guess. Oh, Blitzcrank. Blitzcrank heavily relies on crowd control. And none of them have high dashes or mobility. So it's so easy to just run all of them down. And we're going to see that in this game, that if you just pick Olaf into the right comp, like even if you aren't a good Olaf player, like by no means am I the best Olaf player. Like I've definitely gotten better picking him into the right comps and just playing him more. But by no means am I like a pro Olaf player or anything. So I'll go and take this over here, and I'm like kind of confused, like where is Nunu right now? I see he's actually a bit slower on the rotation, and I kind of take a risk here. I take the gamble that Morgana already flashed, and I go for it, but they still had flash up, so I do have to back off. And now this puts me in a bit of a sticky situation because I know Nunu's coming for this bot side scuttle over here. And notice something, look at the bot lane. That's super, super key. Notice how I don't have priority in the bot lane. That's why I leave instantly. If I would have stayed even a split second longer, I for sure would have just died to the Mundo there, but it's just important to keep an eye out on side lanes for those early scuttle fights. So I just give up the scuttle, you know, it's not like the end of the world or anything. And the thing about Olaf is like, you really don't have to force it in the first little bit, because Olaf does have some like struggles, you know, you don't have the best ganking, you don't have the best mobility in the early game, and it can sometimes make some of these fights a little bit hard in the early game. Like I can't chase down a Mundo or anything in this case. So like playing patient and just farming up a bit until you see the right opportunity is not bad at all on Olaf. I think a mistake a lot of Olaf players make is they just force things too much and then they die early. And if you die early as Olaf, like if you feed, even though Olaf is a very, very good pick into this comp, for instance, Veigar is a good example where like if you fall behind against a Veigar, like you just do careless stuff, fall behind early, even as an Olaf, even though you can avoid his crowd control and stuff, you're just gonna get one burst, you know? You're going to get hit by a Veigar first ability, and then he's just going to simply tap his ult, like anything all that a Veigar player can do. Press cage and press ult, and that's all they have to do, and you're going to die. But over there, Set gets actually a really good kill onto Nunu. That was a good job. Ganking Set is so, so tricky, but now I'm trying to run down this Mundo over here. Unfortunately, I don't have flash, so I can't get back onto him, and I'm not able to pick up the kill, but that's okay. We're still able to push this in, I believe. Yeah, we're just going to push this in, and then look to get a reset in or go back and farm up. Yep, we take that, and then I think I go ahead and reset here. Get a little shop in, and then go over to my blue side jungle, I believe, yeah. Because I just clear the camps on my red side. There's no point in going back there. Even though my red buff is there, I'd get more gold from blue side. But, ooh, something I should point it out was, I know Nunu's jungle rotation, so I know his blue buff, or his red buff was spawning around now. So I should have actually pinged that out to my teammates that he's on the top side of the map. And the reason why I know that is because I know he cleared his red side jungle, then he went and cleared his blue side jungle. Or he went to the bottom scuttle after red side, and then he cleared blue side jungle. So he probably just reset, and then his red buff just respawned again. So it would have been smarter to ping that out to my teammates. It's pretty easy to just like jungle track something simple like that. Like that's not particularly hard to do or anything. And it also gives your team like a lot of good information, because if Nunu's clearing his red side right now, you know, top lane has to be cautious and mid lane has to be cautious, but now I see a good angle over here. I'm able to get a good ult in. And notice, like, they can't do anything against me. Like, what can they do? They can try and root me. They can try and slow me down, but it's not going to work against an Olaf ult. So now, this Mundo over here, trying to get away. He's unfortunately a bit too speedy. I think he has that little sprint thing, you know, this little sprint enchant. And now we're just trading slows. My axe versus his little, I don't even know what that is, little book thing. I don't know if he's throwing books at me. But not able to pick up that kill, so go ahead and get my Trinity Force. And now is when the damage really starts ramping up. Once you get your Trinity Force on Olaf, at like the first objectives fights and stuff around this stage of the game, your damage output becomes so crazy. But the biggest thing I point out is make sure you take support engages. Just because you're broken, you're a broken champ, honestly, in my opinion. I think Olaf is one of the best junglers. Just because you're a broken champ and just because you have an ultimate that makes you unstoppable does not necessarily make you unkillable. If you ult and just straight run at an enemy, they're just going to kite you back, even if you ult. You have to be able to get a good angle, good engage in. So I think, yeah, we actually just give up the dragon there, and I think I just take the Herald instead. You get more gold that way. Also, I don't think our duo lane was doing the best, so able to pick up the Herald over there, and then I just ult at the right time, and yeah, he can't kill me. He doesn't have enough damage. Plus the lifesteal on Olaf, that's what makes him really good against a lot of tanks, is a lot of tanks like Nunu, Mundo, they rely a lot on like small amounts of damage at a time. Like, they don't burst you down or anything like that. Like, they'll chip you down slowly by slowly, auto for auto, and just be so tanky that you can't kill him. But with Olaf, because you get health regen with your second ability, like when you do these like one-on-one trades, like they won't be able to kill you. Just because you're going to regen any like ticklish damage that the Mundo or Nunu do to you. But able to pick that up there, and now looks like they get the turrets, and ooh, this Nunu's going crazy. They want more of the smoke. They want more of it, so now I guess I'll just run him down. I just ult to get the extra movement speed, make sure I can pick him up. I was planning on resetting anyways. And your ultimate is on a super short cooldown, so like don't be super stingy using it, as something else that I'll say is use it at the right time and don't be super stingy, because like it's only 20 seconds left. Like, it's not a long cooldown at all. But something else that I mentioned when I said that was use it at the right time. Don't just randomly press ultimate and run in there. Save your ultimate until you are about to get crowd controlled. So in that case, I saw the Nunu snowball coming in, and I knew I was about to get knocked up by it. So I ult then. But if you don't need it, like if, for instance, I don't know, if Nunu had like used this snowball in his root or whatever, or that's a bad example, but notice how I engage right away, so I actually just ultimate. Maybe I ulted a bit early there. As you can see, like, that's a little bit of an issue. Getting your ultimate timing right is so key. You just want to, all I'm trying to say is save it until you actually need to avoid crowd control. Or if you need like a little bit of extra movement speed. If you don't need either of those, don't waste it. But actually, I realized I got myself into a bit of a sticky situation. I'm like, actually, I'll just let Twist of Fate deal with that. So go ahead and do that, and then just farming up the jungle over here. I definitely need to get a shop in. Hopefully that's what I go and do. Or maybe I'll help take this mid turret. I think I'm going to try and get this mid turret. A little bit greedy. Nah, Nunu's here. Gonna dip off. Go ahead and get my shop in. Yeah, I realize I have almost 4,000 gold. Can get an entire tier 3 item. So, like, I'll go and do that, actually. So go ahead and grab that. And now, in certain cases, so the build, essentially, I go Trinity Force. And then I build Glorious Enchant situationally, like, depending on if I feel like I need it. So if I feel like I'm having a hard time sticking onto the enemy, I'll for sure just get Glorious, because, I mean, the extra movement speed can't hurt on Olaf. So that's nice to have, but in this case, I feel like I'm not having a hard time engaging onto him, just because they don't have dashes, they don't have, like, blinks or anything, so literally I could just run up to him, like, you can kind of see, like, I just wait until, like, I don't need Glorious Enchants to run him down. I would rather have tankiness and more items, but look at that Olaf, or the Lulu ult on me, like, getting that Lulu ult on you too makes you just so much harder to kill. You get extra attack speed with the with the little thing that Lulu throws out. Plus you get the health from the ultimate. I think the ultimate also gives you attack speed too, maybe. So you get bonus attack speed, I guess. But just the combination is so strong. If you get another frontline with Olaf, sometimes it is a bit hard frontlining with Olaf by yourself, because you don't have the most mobility, as I said, but like, as I'm saying, like, look at that. With the Lulu ultimate, they can barely kill me. Like, they can get the cleanest engage onto me, use all their ultimates on me, and they still won't be able to take me down. And the thing is, even though it looks like I'm pretty low, like, if I use my second ability, I'm going to regen like half of my health. You can see like I'm almost full health again. That's absurd. That's the best thing about Olaf. But now I actually have enough for Twin Guard, so I think after I take this Herald, I'm probably just going to clear my red side jungle and then recall and grab that item. But Twin Guard's another decent item on Olaf. I'd say like you don't have to build it every match. If you feel like your engages are short and quick, you don't need to build it. You can kind of build, I don't know, you could build Sterix Gauge, Guardian Angel, but if you feel like you're staying in fights for a long time, you know, you're regenerating a lot. And in this case, I know against Mundo, against Nunu, like I'll be there for a decent bit. Plus with Lulu ults, it's not like I'm going to die right away, so might as well go ahead and get this Twin Guard over here. So I think I grabbed that, and then what do I build? GA next, I'm guessing? Oh no, actually build Spirit Visage. Oh yeah, they do have a decent amount of AP. Spirit Visage, another very good item on Olaf, just because you do get health, you get healing also, so that's another solid choice. But they're starting this up over here. I'm like, give me a second to get here at least. Don't do this without me. But I think we're just gonna turn for the fight here. I'm looking for the good angle. Like, notice how I don't just run to the enemy face first. I patiently wait for like a decent angle to engage, and like look at that with the Olaf ult. Like, what can they do against that? Oh, I'd screw up my flash over there. I could have gotten like 3 kills. That's a bit unlucky, but it's okay. You know, we took the dub anyways. Unfortunately, they surrender, so such a short game. But I just wanted to show you all this match and show some of the engages. You know, Lulu Olaf, bit of a broken combo. So thought I'd share the knowledge, share the OP-ness to everybody. But I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe, comment down below. And that's gonna be it for this video. I'll see y'all in the next one.